Welcome everybody to the Southeast Asian Best of the Best. It's finals day. I'm joined by LD. Not going to be casting these games alone, at least not this first one. And we've got...
I got you, buddy.
2 best of 3s. I'm excited. We haven't casted SEA Dota together in a while.
It's been a long time. And, I mean, we got our start casting Pinoy Dota, GST. Yeah. And, well, rest in peace, GST. But living on in the MPGL, I suppose.
Yes.
But
yeah,
this is going to be a great tournament, or conclusion to the tournament, I should say. First, we've got the 3rd, 4th place decider, Titan versus Execration, and then coming up a bit later, the grand finals.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on today. 2 best of 3. Just the best of 3 grand final is something like, I think, $3,000 up for grabs in the SEA Best of the Best.
Good money for Southeast Asia.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, viewers from the US, from Europe, doesn't sound that big for Southeast Asia. This is a big deal. On top of that, we're going to be giving away some lockless luck boxes on stream, so do stick in for the grand finals. LD's already trying to steal them away from me. I've kept his claws off them.
Hey man, those things are worth money on the workshop, or the Steam marketplace.
Yeah. But our first best of 3 today, Titan versus Execration. Titan are one of those teams who, on paper, should be dominating Southeast Asia, but just aren't dominating Southeast Asia.
It's just the loss of Mushi. What else can you really say? They added Yamate. He's a good player, but it just doesn't feel like the same team. And, well, qualifiers are coming. If TI qualifiers were today, or invites were today, does Titan get an invite?
I hate to say this, but I give a big fat bagel of invites to Southeast Asia.
0 invites for all of Southeast Asia.
There's just no obvious team who deserves it. Like it's not even a case where I feel Southeast Asia's that weak. I just feel like there's no teams who are like standout teams on the level of like your DK, your IG, your Navi's alliances. Like all the teams are really good, but there's no. It's like there's 5 or 6 teams who are all on a similar level. Like you've got Titan, Orange, RRQ, Scythe, Arrow, even like all these teams are looking like on a very even playing field.
Yeah, and it's also where we haven't seen them play against the Chinese teams in a while, but just my feeling as someone who's casted a decent number of games from both regions lately, I feel like China looks a lot stronger right now. You've got to go like 4 or 5 teams deep before I would even consider giving 1 invite to Southeast Asia. And last year, you had Orange, you had MUFC who was beating Orange for a little while, and then Zenith.
Yeah.
They had 3 teams that legitimately looked... And they had more proven players as well, but looked like teams that could do well at TI.
Yeah, I mean, they did do well. Orange got 3rd, Titan got, Zenith finished just outside of the top 8, but they still did a really good showing.
And people flame Valve and, you know, make cracks about MUFC being invited to TI, but they were beating Orange, and Orange was a really strong team. They finished top 8. I think they finished 7th, 8th at TI2, and they had looked even better in the months leading up to the invite, so...
MUFC were deserving of their invite last year.
Yeah, they were deserving of their invite. Obviously, they... fell off. They went off the rails since the invite happened, but I'm with you. I don't think any teams from Southeast Asia will get invites. Maybe they give 1 invite out, but
yeah,
I can't.
The thing is, like, if that's where someone told me, like, there's 1 invite for Southeast Asia plus the qualifier, who would you invite?
I'd be like, let's run a tournament to see who gets the invite. Well, that's what the qualifiers are for.
If someone said I had to choose a team, I would probably choose Titan, although I think Titan is not playing the best. They're in the 3rd place decider. They lost to Scythe last week. They've lost to Arrow Gaming, but it's just because this is essentially the team that got 3rd place last year minus Mushi. But obviously, that's a big minus.
Yeah, minus Mushi, who was their captain, their in-game leader, their drafter, in some ways, like their spiritual leader as well.
So,
with that being said, it's Titan versus Execration. Execration, a team who they played Titan... I think it was actually in the group stages for this tournament. Took 1 game off of them, but did not take the series.
You casted that series.
I did. I cast the game 1.
Oh, yeah, you casted the game
1. It was a 3-hour... I spent 3 hours casting, and I got through 1 game, because there's so many delays, so many issues. But, with that being said, they're going pretty heavy push here. First pick Lycan, now into the Enchantress, and Execration tried to take a little wind out of their sails with the Shadow Shaman pick, but... Lycan, man, this is people are bitching about Ember Spirit. This is the broken hero of this patch. 66% win rate, either first ban or immediately picked in every region right now.
Yeah, I think Lycan.
The big bad wolf is back.
To me, Lycan, yeah, is definitely, well, not definitely a stronger hero than Ember Spirit. There's still teams first picking Ember Spirit. IG in their best, like the best of 5, were first picking it every single game.
I'm just going off of stats here. For stats, Lycan is like a 66, 67% win rate. Ember 52.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's like 10 heroes who win rate isn't everything, but it is something you want to keep. That's a pretty big disparity.
I like Lycan because he has normal Dota 2 skills.
Yeah.
Ember Spirit has stupid...
Ember's like a Han. He's like a Han hero. I played a lot of Han. He's like a Han hero. And which isn't all bad. They're action-packed, but...
He's got all kinds of wonky skills that just make him a very anti-Dota like hero. Like I mean, those has a small little Twitter discussion. It's just the fact that you can. There's so many things that he does that no other hero does. Like most heroes have their one niche kind of thing. Ember Spirit has countless ones. Like he can solo push lanes without getting ganked at all, without being basically with invulnerability because of his ulti. I mean, sure you can. There are ways to go on him, but he has the ability to escape. He has the ability to harass and stop 5-man pushes by spamming Sleight of Fist, and you just can't punish so much of what he does.
Speaking of Ember, he has not been banned or picked.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Southeast Asian teams play much. Big in Korea. Big with a few of the Chinese teams and big with a few of the Western
The Chinese teams, I feel like it's like some games they'll like go for it right away, some games they'll kind of ignore it almost. Ferrari played a really sick one.
Ferrari's been IG been first picking it almost every game they can. I think partly because it's a new hero, so they wanted. It's almost like a testing phase where they can figure out just how good it is by playing it all the time in matches, which like Natolic League doesn't really matter.
Right?
Who cares about Natolic League?
I can't believe anyone's playing that league.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, what's up with that? But
fucking Marco, dude.
Ember Spirit, yeah, I don't think he's necessarily overpowered. He's just anti-fun, but he's not been picked up yet here.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a Doom ban actually from Execration. I wonder, are they thinking Ninja Boogie likes to play those hard carries? I was thinking maybe Morphling, but they'll go Storm here, which is something that he plays a decent amount. So I expect Ninja Boogie will be on the Storm, but I guess not 100% confirmed. It could go to mid player.
Yeah, we talk about Titan a lot, but Execration is actually a team. This to me is like the strongest Pinoy team at the moment. Like Mineski for a while were looking like the top dogs in the Philippines, but they've had a few roster reshuffles.
They had so many big names. They had Jules, Joven, Bimbo, all under one banner. No longer.
Once again, Turmoil and Jules and Joven are out again, so who knows?
Bimbo's the franchise player. He ain't going anywhere, I feel, at this point.
Execration, like Ninja Boogie, obviously one of the premier Southeast Asian carry players. I think who's mid player meant to be? I can't remember who that is, but Lumic Chemo's like a great captain.
I'll do a little research here.
And you've got Fox, who played with Mineski in the TI2 qualifiers, I want to say. Fox and BG were both, I think, in that TI2 Mineski qualifier.
Oh, it's Iwi.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Derp.
That's right, that's right. So this is a very experienced
and talented team.
They've had results, like you said. They took a game off Titan before. They've gone pretty deep in this tournament. They lost in the semi-finals to... They beat Myth 2-0, and then the semi-finals they lost to RRQ. Which I think was a kind of close series. RRQ won 2-0. RRQ, to me, they're my favorite Southeast Asian team right now, because they're picking Sniper, Axe, they're doing all kinds of weird shit, which...
They're the CIS, except like, of Southeast Asia, but I guess winning a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, Titan, early Lycan Enchantress pick. What are they going to go for next? I'm not sure how committed they are to the push. They'll go back for Lion, so they need some lockdown for Storm desperately, and that is one of the downsides to the Lycan Enchantress opening. But they do get it here with the Lion pick, so I think a pretty good pick for them.
Yeah, and you don't have to go all-in push with the Lycan. Like, it kind of scales okay-ish.
You really don't want to against a hero like Storm. If you have all-in push and you have 0 stuns or silences and he gets farmed, the game's over.
Yeah, so we'll see what else they look to get with this lineup. The higher profit no longer available to them, and there's not that many offlaners actually left in the pool. It's kind of the big thing I noticed.
Centaur.
Yeah,
Centaur's
still there.
But Clockwork.
Prophet,
there's actually a few.
Prophet, Darkseer, Nyx, and Barra. Like four of the big ones have been banned out. Like Clockwork's not really a commonly picked offlaner anymore.
Especially not in SEA. He's not been a high priority pick right now.
Centaur is definitely like the flavor of the month for the offlane though. So look towards a possible Centaur pick.
I've seen some interesting Centaur strats today. I forget who did it, but someone ran a safe lane Centaur. Then he hit level 5. He was maxing double edge first. He goes woods and he just starts jungling. Had his tranquil boots, so he double edges the creeps, like clears a camp, then lets the tranquil boots heal him up, and then go. And they gave someone else the lane at that point. So it's kind of a weird way to play him, but hey, he gets level 6 and starts ganking.
Yep. Well, Execration pick up the Venomance. This is a good hero to deal with early pushes, especially. Like later on, the Plague Wards aren't as scary, but like the first 20 minutes of the game, if you get some couple early points, it can slow down pushes quite dramatically. So.
It's the ward squad. They've got the Shaman wards, the Veno wards. Are there any other? There's the Pugna ward, I guess. I don't think we'll see that one this game. But.
No.
What Titan go for here? They still need the solo mid. They'll need their offlaner as well.
Even just like a Puck type hero, I think, is what they want. Like, good mid hero, good tempo control. They haven't really got they need an initiator, so they need something like a Puck for mid lane or a Clockwork for the off lane, because not having any initiation at this point is...
I don't really like Clock that much this game, because there's Mirana and Storm who just laugh at the clock and
the Centaur.
yeah, they'll go Centaur. So
it's initiation, but it's not like he needs the backup. Like I still think you want to pick up something like a Puck for the mid lane to go with this.
when you use Stampede and Lycan's already in wolf form, he should run faster than max move speed. He should just start like crossing the map in like 3 bounds, I feel.
Yeah. It's annoying you can't actually call it max move speed anymore because there's so many, like there's ways.
There's the Bloodseeker and Spearbreaker now, who both go faster.
So I always refer to 522 as max move speed.
Speaking of things that are not Dota, that's not Dota.
Bloodseeker going, yeah, max movement speed has been thrown out the window.
What happened to my Dota, man? Timbersaw ban. What happened to Timbersaw? He just disappeared.
Yeah, he really did.
Even like DK, they had Ice 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 winning so many games for them with Timbersaw. They stopped playing it. We have seen a lot more Doom. Doom very good against Timbersaw, but I don't know. I feel that hero's still pretty decent. I feel like it's just one of those flavor of the month things. Like teams just like, we're not going to pick him anymore.
The main, I guess, like benefit to like a center of a Timbersaw is how the farm and levels a Timbersaw needs.
That's true.
Is pretty ridiculous compared to a Centaur who can just be on brown boots. Doesn't even have to go Trenkles if he doesn't want to, and then just get like a 15 to 20 minute Blink Dagger, and you can do a lot. Like you can have no farm the entire game and be useful. Timbersaw not really the same case.
I guess the other thing is, to some extent, maybe it's that support Ancient Apparition, because that hero does not care at all about your plus armor. Just pops the Chilling Touch, hits you 3 times, and you're down like at least 2 tangos at that point.
He's still viable in like 1v1 matchups against Nature's Prophets and stuff, I feel.
People don't get those that often, though.
Yeah.
I haven't seen... Prophets usually go to the off lane, and then do you want to go aggressive? Very risky to go aggressive tri-lane in this patch. But
Ninja Boogie Lifestealer, I imagine?
Reserve time.
Yeah. Not more of like your classic Ninja Boogie, like hard farmer, like a Morphlane anti-mage, but it is a very strong initiating lineup, and Titan... They're not that well equipped to deal with the Storm initiation. All they really have is the Hex, which is good if the Lion's well positioned, but they do pick up a hero who can deal with a Lifestealer pretty effectively. The Viper comes out for them. I feel like this Titan draft's a little awkward.
Yeah, they don't really have that just good kind of nuking type hero that just provides stable damage output. Like that's like your Puck, your Storm, whatever it may. Even hero like Mirana, like what are you using to nuke down creep waves to just do decent nuke damage? Like when you go for a gank, you've got no burst damage until Lion gets a Finger of Death, but that's a good 3-minute cooldown. So
a lot of it's like I feel like this lineup's very dependent on the Centaur having a good start. If he gets a quick level 6, it's like giving Lion a free Blink Dagger, almost, or at least a free Force Staff, and he can just charge in Hex, but even that's risky. Lion's food for this Lifestealer. I'd say the Centaur and the Viper. If the Viper has a good start, not an easy hero for the Lifestealer Storm to burst down, but yeah, I don't know.
They have the potential to snowball. Like take a lot of early towers using the Enchantress plus Lycan, then Viper gets like a
early mech,
sub 10-minute mech, and then suddenly you've got this 5-man lineup that can't be stopped, and Ahayo's Blink Dagger isn't that 15 to 20-minute Blink Dagger, it's a 10-minute one because you've got 2 to 3 tier 1 towers in the first 10 minutes of the game. So that's where Titan
that's
could
definitely their
theoretically
strength.
snowball.
If they win the lanes, this game gets much harder for Execration.
Yeah.
Because the Lycan can take the early towers, as you mentioned, and then they can control the map, restrict the Storm's farm, maybe they gank him. That's the other thing is, will this Storm get shut down mid? Will Iwi get his early level 6? Can they gank him? Enchantress Lion, a very good combo to roam on mid, so...
Yeah.
They're gonna run the Lycan mid, so they'll get... It looks like.
Oh, wow.
Are they running him mid, or just keeping him here to scout with wolves?
He's been pulled a tango and everything, so... Well, no, maybe not. Yamate's also been pulled tangos and hovering around the mid lane, so...
He may just be here to drop wolves and scout with them, just because it's more of a central location. Not really sure.
But you'd have to go back to Fountain. At this point, he doesn't have time to go back to Fountain and then back to lane.
They almost seem like they're confused.
Maybe he does have time. He summons wolves, he'll go back to Fountain. He needs to be kind of fast with it. And there's a 5-man smoke gank from Execration. They'll walk into a wolf here.
If he's watching, he would have seen the wolf just get blocked a little bit there. But actually, they saw it. They saw the wolf get blocked.
Yeah, there was a purple ping from that. So.
Good play from Yamate.
Yep, they scattered the entire 5-man rotation, and nothing's going to come from it. So we'll introduce our 2 teams. It is going to be Team Titan, playing on the Radiant side. Ahayo on the offlane Centaur. Extinct, playing one of his trademark junglers, the Enchantress. Yamate going to be on the solo mid Viper. It'll be Lycan in the hands of KYXY in the safe lane. And then finally, that leaves your Lion being played by Net. Boots first line as well.
Well, on the dire side, you've got Team Execration, your great Pinoy hope for the remainder of the SEA Best of the Best tournament, brought to you by ACG. We've got Ninja Boogie on the safe lane Lifestealer, mid player or Iwi on I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly.
Uwe,
but
that's how I say it.
Oh,
that's correct.
not that any of my languages besides English are any good. Some would argue my English isn't good either. Fox on the Shadow Shaman. BG01 will be playing your Veno, and then it does leave in the off lane a double damage rune wielding Mirana handled by Lumic.
So it is going to be 1v1 matchup for Lycan. Offensive trialing from Titan. Well, kind of. Yeah, more or less. There's a jungle Enchantress, but...
Lycan versus Mirana, but she actually went boots first, so only the 4 tangos, the 1 clarity, and Lycan started Stout Shield and Rain of Protection, and he was pulled a bit, so I feel like this Mirana, she'll get her levels, but she's going to have a hard time harassing him. Once the wolves get, like, even the level 1 wolves, but especially the level 2 or level 3 wolves, you can just sick them on the enemy off lane, force them to tango, and just, like, drive them out of lane. It's like a slightly weaker version of the bear. Well, it does more damage, but easier to kill, I guess.
Yeah, the boots first make the lane hard, but it was one of the things I realized when Nature's Prophet used to do this, and every now and then they get 1v1 matchup. The one benefit of boots first is it means you get your phase boots faster, and with phase boots, then you start winning the lane, though, because you get so much extra damage. So the first couple creep waves is harder, but once you get your phase boots up, then suddenly you can out-harass, outlast hit.
So Extinct, he's going to rotate off the enemy woods, but little does he know, his jungle has been thoroughly warded off.
Wow.
They've got a magic bush ward. Does he even have sentries? They have no sentries. I mean, they should have the gold for it soon. Net, no gold. Extinct has it, but it's just a very slow start. At this point, your Enchantress could be getting close to level 3.
Yeah, if they stack this and get a Centaur, maybe they'll get a bit lucky here. Net'll stack it, pray for a Centaur, because right now all their big camps have been blocked off.
Oh, it's these pesky ogres. Oh, they just get out of range. All right, it will stack.
Yeah, Alpha Wolves, and that's no good for the jungle. And Enchantress realizes, hey, there's nothing here. We'll have to just go back, probably just take one of these creeps here and try and just kill this camp off, because right now there's nothing else this Enchantress can do. It'll take too long to walk up top, and oh man, he's going back to the big camp.
The player who's happiest about this right now is Uwe, because Uwe's going to get a fairly fast level 6. There's still time to gank him, but he's already level 3. You've got maybe 3-4 minutes left.
What a disaster for the Enchantress. Level 1 still.
What's she gonna do? I think she wants to go back into their wood. She's like, you know what? I don't want to waste gold dewarding my jungle. Yeah, she's gonna go try. Are they just gonna gank mid? No, I think they want to go get some creeps first.
I think you need the creep here. The smoke had to be used, otherwise you get spoiled by wards here. But they're thinking about mid lane. They have got a slow for the Enchantress, but
it's a level 3 Centaur. He has no points in return.
Can they get this bottle?
So they've got the max burst damage.
This is just a terrible start for Titan, though.
Well, the Courier's about to be upgraded, so... Yeah. Well, could be upgraded.
There's a Centaur now, so they've got... Well, there's 2 Centaurs. But... I don't know how this works out. They are going to go for the kill here. Mid play could be in trouble. He's being slowed up. I think this will be our first blood. He's trying to run away.
He's got boots.
Wow.
Ohio's got boots as well. Who's faster here? 10 move speed higher. I think he could just barely get in range, but there could be a Vortex to buy him some time. He doesn't get it off. Should be our first blood.
Yeah, double edge finishes him off. Just catches up for the Centaur stun. That was close.
Yeah, that 10 move speed advantage. Without that, he gets away.
Yeah.
I think he maybe could have gone for like a pull, but it's not that long duration at level 1. But
I think the Centaur would stun him, because as soon as you start, you have to turn around as well as cast the pull. So I think if Centaur reacts. I'm not sure.
Would have been close. And it's only a 1-second stun, so the time you spend pulling and then running again, maybe it buys... He might still run you down anyway.
If Titan didn't get that kill, they've lost the early game, though. Like, the Enchantress is still level 1. Like, none of these lanes going that well for Titan because of the Enchantress having no jungle. So, luckily for them, they get a first blood. But even with a first blood, I still feel like Execration are doing okay with their lanes and just their start.
Well, I completely agree. And now, well, they get the kill on mid player. And Viper hits level 5. He is going for max Nether Toxin build, so not quite as tanky, but very hard to outlast hit against him, and very easy to get solo killed, because Viper's going to hit level 6 before the Storm does, and that's where mid player has to be super careful.
Wow, a long way before him. And Viper's almost level 6, and Storm's just hit level 4, so...
He's got only 6 denies, but mid player left the lane to check the rune, he died... And he's had a teammate mid as well.
Yeah, he shared it with the Venomance, which was a bit of an odd decision. I guess just worried about the Enchantress ganks, but we saw what happened there. The Veno did not save the Storm from the Enchantress gank.
Well, you mentioned the early phase boots. Lumic has them. Not too shabby. But he's also out of regen. The Wolves are very annoying to lane against.
Yeah, he's getting Outlast hit pretty... Oh, terribly! 25 and 10 to KYX to 12 and 2 of the Mirana.
To be fair, boots first Mirana already has crappy base damage. Sure, he has the phase boots now, but he only just got them, so... I don't really think you could win the CS battle, but that is a pretty massive deficit, I will say.
And being in the offlane is a bit harder as well, because the Wolves have a lot more just area to actually track you down with.
Yeah, we'll see another smoke gank mid. Mid player is playing it pretty safe. He has this Observer Ward here, but, well, they actually have decent vision over their jungle as well with the Plague Ward, so they should know something's up.
He's dead. Hex, there's a Viper Strike. Gonna go with an Impale first. There's a TP coming in. The Hex and Instead follow. Viper will use his ultimate just to try and secure this kill. Arrow goes flying. And actually, mid player gonna survive this one.
No, Yamate did not want a tower dive because Fox could have shackled him under the tower.
I think he could have maybe got one right click in there, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's just like, if I die, I'm already winning mid. Do I really want to risk it?
Yeah. Play it safe is probably the better way to go. He's got the fast trades. He picks up a ring of regen, so that's probably the start of his mech. And now Execration are going for a wrap around and trying to kill off him. They see him from the high.
That's an awkward wrap around, but they'll find him nonetheless.
Can they actually kill him off? He's got trades here. He's pretty tanky. He's being slowed up a lot. He should just look to try and get the Storm in exchange. I don't think he's going to do it. Not going to happen. Shadow Shaman gets an important kill on the Viper. That's a level 6 Viper with a lot of farm.
At the same time, it was split 3 ways, so still mid player not level 6. Yeah. But I'm just looking at Extinct. Extinct is level 2. This is a guy who was known for stacking, like always stacking 2 camps simultaneously. As Fox does take an invis and heads towards top.
What? 6-minute blink.
Holy crap.
He got first blood. That's where it comes.
And he hasn't gone Tranquil Boots. Just straight into the blink dagger.
Yeah. This new blink. Well, I guess why not? Like he can just start roaming.
Oh, he can just win them this game. Like he can go mid, crush the Storm. Well, Storm is hit level 6, but if they get off the Hex, he's probably dead to the blink.
You can just give the Lion the offlane at this point. Like, let him just get levels, because Centaur has all the farm and levels he needs for the first 15 minutes of the game, and it's only 7 minutes in.
Lifestealer can just solo kill you with phase boots, though. Maybe you can TP out, but he could at least like leech experience from the trees or something. I definitely agree with that. Well, they want to go in mid.
Yeah, they can get... Storm is level 6 now, so they're going to have to chain this really well here. And Centaur or higher... Blink, stun. Mid player's thinking, where the hell did that come from? The Hex Impale to follow. Easy kill for Titan.
Like you said, 6-minute blink. That has to be, if not the fastest blink on record, then very close.
Yeah.
Because nobody normally goes naked blink on an offlane Centaur. It's always like Tranquil Boots. Maybe you even get a Stout Shield along the way. That is a really scary blink timing.
That is just an unavoidable kill for Storm. Like, he did nothing wrong.
Yeah. The only thing they maybe could have done is had like a Hill Ward, but I mean, even then, that's easy to say when we see the blink coming out.
Yeah.
That's 6
I guess
minutes.
maybe his team could have like informed him that, hey, look, this Centaur's just got brown boots. He's going to have a super fast blink, but it's just so ridiculously fast. KYXY now, he's got his Vlads up, working Medallion. He's already level 8 as well. That's the beauty of this solo Lycan, is that the experience he's getting means as soon as he gets this Medallion, he can easily go into the Roshan pit, sneak a little solo Rosh, even from the Radiant side, if he wants to.
Execration, to me, they're in a lot of trouble. Like, the Storm is kind of the linchpin of their lineup. He's the one who can just kill the Lycan, even if he tries to ult and run away. He can set up kills around the map. He's been shut down. Farmed Lifestealer, how much good is Lifestealer really going to do against Stampede, Viper ult, Lycan being farmed? He's not good against any of those heroes, unless maybe if the Lycan chooses to fight him, but even then he just does so much damage. There will be a rotation bottom from BG, but Lycan's already got his ult, so this is just a futile effort, really.
Yeah, there's no killing this guy. And this tower half HP.
I just feel like if the Storm's not farmed, the only way Execration can turn this game around is A, Shadow Shaman Blink Dagger, B, Smoke Ganks, or C, Mirana Arrows.
I got the Lifestealer and Fest Bombs are pretty... I mean, one useful thing they can do to start getting some kills.
True. But they're going on mid again, and can't Lifestealer bomb if you're being killed mid constantly.
Smoke, Centaur gets a Stampede in as well. The stun to follow. This will be an easy kill once again on your Storm Spray. He goes down. Ahio on the run now. He's been slowed up, taking a lot of poison damage as well. The Viper Strike goes out on the Venomancer. He's going to reveal himself. The Enchantress creeps finish him off, and Centaur...
Oh, that micro by Extinct. Great stomp. Preventing Ninja Boogie from going in, but Extinct sticks around too long. Just as I praise his micro. Slight miss micro, running his hero back in. He'll fall, but they do get the kill, and now Ninja Boogie on the chase, looking for Yamate. But the rage will end. He'll be forced back. They even bring in Lumic. And now KYXY sees this, and he's like, great, I'm taking tier 1 bottom. You'd better TP in if you want to defend. Mirana, the ultimate, I gotta say, Titan Warp ready for that. They had the dust already. 8 minutes, 9 minutes in. A lot of teams wouldn't come prepared.
A 3-for-1 trade, and they forced Execration to bring all 5 heroes as well. Like, everyone TP'd in or was there to begin with. So, 3-for-1 in Titan's favor. That's a huge win, and even if they don't get this tier 1 bottom tower, it looks like they may struggle to do so. Lycan depends how much he wants to commit to it. They've still got a fantastic edge here in this game. Like, already just 10 minutes in, they've got a 3k gold lead.
Space created. There's 3 heroes bottom, and what are they actually doing?
Yeah.
They're just stopping Lycan from taking a tower. He'll take it later. It's no worries for him.
No rush at all. He picks up his medallion now. His jungle is so incredibly fast with this Vlad's medallion that he's just he doesn't have a care in the world right now. And
Viper should have I think his mech will be pretty fast here. Yeah, he's almost got it. So they're going to come into the mid game. Extinct a bit underleveled, but he's got an urn. Viper's going to have a mech. Lycan's got his medallion soon, and at that point with the Centaur Blink, they've got all their core items. Maybe you'd like a Lion Blink, but that's kind of luxury. They can just 5-man. And I feel Execration very tough to contest that. They'll need really good initiations. This is where they need just great infest bombs like you mentioned, or I mean maybe they can find a way to or the Mirana ults. That's the other thing.
Yeah, Ninja Boogie's farming alright, but he's a good 25-30 last hits behind the Lycan, even though some of that is neutrals. But he's picked up items like a Belt of Giant Strength, which just slows down your armlet or whatever, like even your drums. I'm not quite sure why he picked that up. And
it's either an early Sanjiasha or an early Basher Rush, but Basher Rush is kind of a curious build.
It seems like just he picked it up before the Bracer, so it was like a casual belt just because he could get it from the side shop, and then he went back for the Bracer, like to get it. Yeah, he's got his drums now, so it was just a weird little. I don't know. He can turn it into, like you say, turn it into one of those 2 items later on, but to get it right off the bat seems just a bit odd.
Meanwhile, no one can deal with Lycan. KOXY takes the tier 1. He's zoning the storm out of the lane. His team's defending mid. They'll drop these Serpent Wards here, but Execration got to be careful. 1 initiation. They're going to fall, and there's the blink. Stomp. Follow up crush from the Centaur, and now they go in with the Centaur ultimate. Lycan's on the prowl. Fox can maybe shackle him under the tower, but he's not going to be able to infest. Ninja Boogie just pops out instantly. He doesn't heal up. He's going to die. Yamate now. They should bring him down here. It'll be 4 heroes dead. The lone survivor, the Storm, who was not even really there for the fight. Like, barely even involved at all.
It's good to see Titan playing this well. I mean, we talked about it earlier, like, who gets invited from Southeast Asia to TI, and just even if looking towards the qualifiers, like, these Southeast Asian teams need to be getting in good form, and that's what it looks like Titan are doing right now. They're playing really well right now. Execration haven't made any horrible decisions. It was just like the Centaur getting such a fast Blink Dagger and a Hio just controlling this game. They'll pop the Moonlight Shadow Execration. They want to go in for an engagement here. The Sentry's already there. They see everything going on, and there's no invis on the lifesteal. Lion gonna dodge an arrow here. The arrow catches out Yamate behind him. A lot of damage gets out. Takes out the Storm Swift to start things off. Lion's still alive. Turns around. Hexes Ninja Boogie as well. Now the Mana Drain comes out, and Ninja Boogie, he could be in a lot of trouble here. Doesn't have the rage here. The Wolves may just finish him off with the help of the Medallion, and Ninja Boogie,
dude, these wolves are just ridiculous! They run down the lifestealer. He just medallions them from long range. Doesn't even have to commit to the kill with the hero. That's a tier 1 down. It's 11 to 2.
0 kills for that. They fully engaged. Nets escaped on like 10 HP, and
at this point they can just roll up the towers. Go tier 1 top, clean that up. Probably take the tier 2 bottom next. They already have the core items. Now they can build towards the Aghanims on Yamate, the Necro Book on the Lycan. Whatever else you want.
13-minute Necro Book. Like, sure, it's just a Necro Book 1, but that means you're looking at like a 16-minute Necro 3 maybe. 17 minutes maybe if it's a bit slow. But
this is kind of the problem with the Lifestealer not going greedy and the Storm getting shut down. If the Storm wasn't shut down, they could gank the Lycan, and or at least have a shot at, if not ganking him, definitely other heroes. Yeah. And since he didn't go greedy, Lifestealer does not keep up with Lycan's farm without going Midas. Like, there's just no way. So they're in a pickle now.
Yep. Well,
I don't know what they do. They're not really better at team fighting. Their strength is the infest bombs, the pickoffs, use the Moonlight Shadow, kind of guerrilla warfare. But if Titan are just prepared, which I mean, you just look, there's a Sentry Ward here. They're probably packing a few on their heroes, and Net's got a set. It's just good luck getting those jumps.
Yeah, the supports for Titan have done their. Everyone on Titan's done their job perfectly. The supports always having detection. They find Ninja Boogie now. They have the Observer Ward, so they may look to jump this. They need a...
I think the most impressive thing is just Titan's adjustments. Like, they knew the lanes were going awfully, so they made kind of a risky choice. Let's abandon the off lane, send the Centaur smoking with the Enchantress, and that's what broke the game open. They were losing the lanes before that pretty hard.
Well, Lumic just treed up here, staying in those trees.
These freaking wolves are so imba. Oh my god. They spot out the Storm, and he's just gonna drop the Invis wolves, and now it's just clean up for Titan. Those wolves are so ridiculous. Not like for the damage, even just the scouting ability.
Chemo, he's on the run now. He's gone back into the trees once again. They've got the detection. They've dusted him up. He gets brought down. 3 for nothing in this top lane. The courier comes in. That's delivering a 4-star for your center to go with his Blink Dagger.
I honestly think against Lycan is kind of like playing against Nyx. You need an early gem or just mass sentries. Sure, he can't solo kill you, but he scouts you, and that information wins teams fights.
Those
and
wolves are so
often
squishy.
games.
Like their actual HP is very minimal.
Right. If you don't have the vision, though, it's just having... It's like kind of like having a Beastmaster Hawk.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, you're dead, Fox.
Well, that was a foxy little maneuver, but down he goes.
Observer gave vision, and he thought he could hide up there, but not the case. Titan get themselves another kill. They're dominating, 15-2, 15 minutes in. Game 1, more or less in the bag for Titan at this point.
They're up 15k gold in 50 minutes. This is the much heralded 1k gold advantage per minute. Right.
Very rarely seen, but when it happens, you know the game is not going well.
Yeah. Not to be confused with a 1k gold advantage. It's 1k gold advantage accrued per minute.
Yeah.
If this game goes 30 minutes at this rate, they're up 30k gold. It should be over by then, but
I think I've seen that happen before as well. Like, I mean, even beat like to the 30-minute mark, but
it's very rare, but yeah, I think it has happened before. Most teams just GG out.
I think the
You know what? We've had enough punishment.
The biggest gold day I think I've seen was like 37k, I want to say.
Ninja Boogie's going for some plays bottom.
He's going for a range TP.
Big play!
That's a play, LD.
The plays. I mean, what can he do, right?
Oh, did you... This happens.
What?
Have you seen this before?
No.
They
just added that.
I guess. Yeah, when you go into the spotlight view.
That's cool.
Me likey.
Valve adding some new features.
Woohoo!
I'd like to add some cool new features of my own. I've got a few in mind. Uh-oh, arrow. It's gonna connect, but
yeah.
What's it matter?
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Is this his Necro 3?
I like how when Lycan gets hit by arrow, he's actually like bent over. He's just like, it looks like he's like throwing up or something, or like sleeping on the job. I don't know. It's just kind of a nice little random effect.
So there's a Necro 3 up, and this is Roshan, Raxus, whatever you want it to be. Titan can make it be.
This reminds me of TI2 Lycan, honestly. I'm having flashbacks a bit. I mean, the hero has been...
He doesn't jungle as... He doesn't jungle at low levels like he used to.
Oh no, his laning is not nearly as versatile. Although it's still... I've seen quite a few Lycans go woods fairly early, but it's just... He hits, like, carry mode so early compared to other heroes.
They're on the high ground with the Necrobook 7 modes get dropped here. The Yamate could be in a bit of trouble. Keeps his team alive using the mech there, and they've already killed off 2 heroes. There's no problems whatsoever.
GG!
Oh man, what a stomp.
What a beatdown. 17 minutes in, they've got 18 kills, and they started this game with an Enchantress that was level 2 at 4 or 5 minutes. Didn't matter. Yeah. The wolf.
It looked like
Fear
it
the wolf.
like a 20k gold lead by the end there. That was brutal.
Stay in the trees, man. Stay in the trees.
Well, Morana had the right idea at top lane, but there's only so much staying in the trees you can do.
Well, Execration. I think a team that is capable of taking games off Titan, but can they take the series?
Yeah.
We're huddled in darkness here.
Nice and moody.
Yeah. Well. Oh, jeez, those lights are so bright.
Oh,
But yeah, that was a beatdown.
Yeah, that was brutal. I feel bad for Execration.
Do you ban Lycan?
If you don't have first pick, yeah.
I think you just ban that hero, honestly.
It seems like teams are just too comfortable with it. Like, I think giving them heroes like Invoker, they can't control the game as well with like your Invoker. What else was banned? Like Nyx Assassin was banned.
And Lycan helps your whole team as well.
Yeah. Like
heroes like Nyx, Invoker. Also, he didn't take an early value point Howl. A lot of teams do that, and they just win their solo lanes that way as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it's
that Miranda got
strong.
stomped. If that Miranda did a bit better in the offlane, not to say that she really could have. And the thing Titan were like, that Enchantress did nothing for so long until they got that first blood.
Yeah.
And the first blood, it wasn't even really the Enchantress, it was the Centaur, so...
Well, what you gonna do? Titan, they're off to the races here. Granted, they're not in the grand finals, so we can't sing their praises too much.
It's like, even if they stop this series 2-0, it's like, yeah, Titan, you guys are great. It's like, oh, they got third place. Third place matches just have that like, anti-hype factor.
Valve will look at that. They'll probably just see the tournament results, and they'll be like, Titan got third. They're all right.
Yeah. But we've got at least one more game in this series. We've got our grand final in like 2 hours' time. That's going to be Scythe vs RRQ. We'll also be giving away some lockless luck boxes on the stream during the grand final, so tune in. All thanks to eclubstore.com. Big thanks to eClub. They're the kind of hosts and organizers for the event. If you want to support them, as well as get some cool Dota 2 merchandise, eclubstore.com.
There you go.
I'm not wearing any today. Normally I'm wearing
I've got some Valve merchandise, not eClub though.
We have I have all my plushies. They're back in Australia, but yeah, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, guys, myself, LD, we'll be back with game number 2. See you soon.